Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to another video. So these are my battles that I did on stream, and I do apologize again. The quality is just not there because I pulled the battles from the stream, but we can still see what's going on. We're still going to have a good time. And I went 9-1 with this team. I wish I had the 5-0. So I had a 5-0 and a 4-1. I don't have the 5-0 in this video because as I was battling on stream, it was just so laggy. Like my internet was on and off. It was acting wacky. So unfortunately I lagged a lot. There's a lot of glitches during that 5-0, so I just can't show it, unfortunately. So I do have the 4-1, and I climbed up like 120 plus points, something crazy with this team. It just did really well for me, I believe. Housestock was the one that created this team, Pidgeot, and then Cresselia and Virizion in the back. Kind of struggles against Charizard nowadays, but you also have the backline that can hit Charizard with Stone Edge, and plus Pidgeot, kind of neutral towards the Charizard. So you can handle it. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and throw this Stone Edge into my opponent's Drapion. It's not going to KO, but I'm hoping to farm down, and I'm going to be able to do it. Not before my opponent gets to another Aqua Tail, but it's not going to be enough to KO me. So I'm going to be able to take that. And we needed Switch. We have Shield Advantage and Switch looking really good. A Tapu Fini is coming out right now. I'm going to be able to throw this Stone Edge into it. Down goes my Cresselia, totally fine. Bringing out Pidgeot. I'm going to go ahead and shield this attack. It is going to be a Surf, but that's totally fine. We'll go ahead and shield that. And I'm farming up. My opponent is going to go ahead and throw another Surf. I can take this one. I'm going to go ahead and do just that. Totally fine. I think I farm up and throw a Surf. I don't throw a Surf. I throw a Brave Bird. So the Brave Bird is going to be enough to KO. My opponent will not shield. Out comes the Trevenant. I'm going to go ahead and go for this Feather Dance. Yeah, I mean, so when the Tapu Fini came in, yeah, you would think, I could have brought in Virizion, but I'm not running Leaf Blade, so I decided to bring in my Pidgeot. And because, like, the thing is, like, Double Kick is single resisted from the Tapu Fini, right? And then Stone Edge, it would take a couple Stone Edges and then maybe a Sacred Sword to KO. Maybe it does take a couple Stone Edges to KO. But either way, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We're going to win this anyway. But you know, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe I should have put in the Virizion against the Fini? I don't know. I mean, obviously, you know, it would have been nice to have the Pidgeot up against that Trevenant, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter anyway. I'm going to be able to take this game, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. So, good game. That Trevenant is going to go ahead and go down, and we're going to be able to take that one. Good game. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. So it's going to be my Pidgeot into Regirock. This is a terrible matchup, of course. We do have kind of two answers. Of course, we are weak to Focus Blast with Cresselia, but still, my opponent is going to go ahead and switch into Trevenant, and there's really no way I could win this matchup. My opponent, especially since they're going to shield it up, but that is okay. At least we got shield advantage, and I'm basically going to be relying on Virizion to kind of sweep in a way. If that could happen, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and throw this Stone Edge right now just to get some damage. My opponent's going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Claw down, I think. They do go for the Shadow Claw. I can't get off that double kick. Not the double kick, the Sacred Sword, but that's okay. I can bring in Pidgeot and farm down. I'm going to take multiple Seed Bombs, but I'm going to be able to take them. My opponent actually throws a Shadow Ball. Never mind. So I'm going to take that Shadow Ball. I think this one is the Seed Bomb. I'm going to go ahead and take it. I can take it all, but I guess it's setting up, but I'm still able to take it. My opponent gets to another one, but it's totally fine because, again, Pidgeot going to be able to eat it. Now I'm going to switch out because I know the Regirock is coming in, so in comes Regirock. And my opponent stayed in. My opponent throwing an attack, and I'm like, you know what? Hold on a second. This seems too fast to be the Focus Blast. And whether or not it was too fast or not doesn't really matter because they threw the Stone Edge. So I did call that correctly. And my opponent does have a Tapu Fini in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this Stone Edge. And I'm actually going to go ahead and take this attack, calling the Surf. I know they're going to go for Surf. I do have 2 shields. I am getting pretty low, but I'm going to be able to take it. The water gun damage is adding up. My opponent gets off another attack. I do have to shield this one, of course. So it's going to be a Surf, totally fine. I do throw, no baiting here, I do throw the Stone Edge into the Tapu Fini. This was a really, really good game. My opponent is going to go ahead and shield that. I'm going to go ahead and save that energy and go for the Brave Bird right now because I know my moves are resisted on the Regirock, right? So now the Regirock is coming in. I want to try and get it low enough to where a Sacred Sword can KO, because I do have a Sacred Sword on Virizion. I'm definitely going to win CMP. So, and the lock-ons, even though I'm debuffing myself, really not doing anything. I do get off another Brave Bird. Now this puts it in Sacred Sword range. So, yes, my opponent will be able to lock on me down, but I can throw the Sacred Sword, and I still have a shield as well and take that game. So that is going to be a great game, very well played to my opponent. My opponent had close to 2 Stone Edges. I think they pretty much had max energy, but either way, good game, well played. Definitely a tough lead. Regirock, no joke, in the lead, but good game, able to take that one. Moving on, we do have Pidgeot into Trevenant, so looking good, looking good. We love this matchup. So my opponent switching into Charizard, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Feather Dance, because as I said, we do want the Pidgeot on the Trevenant, but the backline doesn't really like Charizard. So what I'm going to do is switch out, and I know I could take a Blast Burn after the double debuff. I was hoping it was a bait, but it wasn't. But that's okay, because we got a shield. Well, I got a shield advantage, right? So I'm going to go ahead and shield this one. This one's going to be the Dragon Claw, but that's fine. So Dragon Claw coming out, and I'm going to go ahead and throw my Stone Edge. Stone Edge is going to be enough to KO. I could win this matchup if they choose to shield, and my opponent is not going to shield that. So out comes Trevenant, totally fine. I will believe I get to a Stone Edge. I do get off the Stone Edge. They don't throw an attack. My opponent probably going for the farm down, but I do get that Stone Edge off. And my opponent is going to go ahead and go for the farm down. And okay, they get the farm down, but I could bring in my Pidgeot, waiting out the switch timer just in case my opponent switches out. I want to be able to switch out. In comes Regirock, so we have another Regirock. I'm going to bring in Virizion. And yeah, that's all she wrote. This is going to be a good game. I could take this one. I think it's actually a bait. No, never mind. It's not a bait. It's not a Stone Edge. But either way, it doesn't really matter. I could take the Focus Blast. I'm going to go ahead and throw this Sacred Sword right now. This Sacred Sword is going to connect, and my opponent is just going to concede, and that is going to be a great game. Very well played to my opponent. We had a great lead. We had great alignment. So, yeah, really well done to my opponent. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this team. As I said, had a 9-1. Really, really good. Going up against Cresselia. Yeah, I don't like Cresselia with this team. Obviously, I mean, this is tough. I mean, Pidgeot can handle it, which is fine. It kind of does okay against it. I'm going to throw the Feather Dance. If I throw a Brave Bird, it doesn't KO, of course. There's no way they're going to shield that. And then my opponent will do more with the Moonblast. So I think what I do, let's see what I do. Do I continue to farm up? Okay, yeah, my opponent does get off an attack. My Pidgeot's going to be able to take this. I think I'm charging up for... Okay, I throw the Feather Dance. Okay, I thought I threw the Brave Bird. I think maybe that was another battle I did that. Okay, now I throw the Brave Bird. My opponent actually catches in Galarian Stunfisk. I remember that. Okay, so good play by my opponent. They do catch on that Galarian Stunfisk. So what I'm going to do is... yeah, charge up, try to catch a Rock Slide. My opponent does not throw the Rock Slide. But either way, we resist both of these moves. So Virizion having a good time against Galarian Stunfisk. My opponent going to go ahead and throw that Earthquake. We could take that just fine. I'm going to go ahead and throw this Double Kick. I think I throw the Double Kick and I go for the Fun Down. I undercharge it, only to a grade. Get another attack, couple attacks. Now, because I undercharge that does allow them to get to an Earthquake. So perhaps not the best undercharge, but that is okay. So we'll see what comes in. That Cresselia. Cresselia is going to go ahead and throw an attack into my Virizion. And a Moonblast will be enough to KO. I let it go. My Pidgeot is pretty low, but Psycho Cut would be difficult if they want to try and Psycho Cut me down. I'm going to go ahead and go straight for the Brave Bird. Shouldn't KO it. Cresselia is such a tank. It's so good. If you're looking for a good non-Exo Pokemon, that's the way to go. And I see a Talonflame come in. And I'm like, nope, that's not happening. Shields with tie. Good game, good game. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. Pidgeot into Steelix. This is a really bad matchup. We do have two somewhat answers to it, right? Or we do have 2 answers, I guess. Income Swap It. I'm going to go ahead and throw this attack right now, the Sacred Sword. For some reason, I call Sacred Sword Double Kick and Double Kick Sacred Sword. I don't know why. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this with my Cresselia. And unfortunately, they do bait me. But do they bait me? So I'm going to go ahead and go for this Sacred Sword right now. My opponent going to go ahead and shield it. My opponent going to go ahead and go for an attack. I do shield this one, expecting the Earthquake now. But they bait me again. Good play by my opponent. I'm going to go ahead and go for this attack right now. and that Sacred Sword will pick up the shield. And now I was like, okay, I'm going to be hit with an Earthquake, unfortunately. So I knew this was going to be an Earthquake. That's what I thought at least. But no, they actually throw the Hydro Cannon. So that tells me maybe they're running Sludge Wave, which is actually good for me. I'm going to be able to take Switch here. So it wasn't actually a bait. They just did not have an Earthquake, I guess. Or did they not get to it? I'm not really sure. But either way, that's totally fine. I didn't think I could make it to a Sacred a Stone Edge, so I go ahead and go for the Sacred Sword, and my opponent will be able to farm me down. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Pidgeot right now. My opponent going to go ahead and throw an attack. This is looking pretty good because now the Steelix is going to be up against my Virizion. Moonblast going to hit me. My opponent may be trying to catch a Brave Bird, but I don't throw right away, and I bring in my Virizion. Now I am weak to Psychic Fangs. Excuse me. So Psychic Fangs is definitely adding up with the Dragon Tail damage, right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw this attack right now, this Sacred Sword. And I do need one more. Well, no, I think it doesn't faint to this. I go for a Sacred Sword, and yeah, it's not going to faint. My opponent will be able to get off another Psychic Fangs. I'm still not going to get KO'd. And yeah, Psychic Fangs is not going to be enough to KO me. And I just farm it down. I do go ahead and go for the Sacred Sword right now into the Tapu Fini. And now I switch into Pidgeot. I do have a Brave Bird loaded. And this Brave Bird will be enough to take that win. And that's going to be a great game. And yeah, great battles to my opponent. I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.